Hello, beautiful people of my country. I hope you are not tired of seeing this face. It's me again. I'm back.
Welcome to Heritage Dialogue Podcast.
Welcome back to Heritage Dialogues Podcast. If it's your first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like our videos, and share them with your loved ones because here you're going to love it. Today at Heritage Dialogues Podcast, we stand with those who have been under the pressure to succeed early, those who have been pushed to do something crazy, those who are still being pushed, and those that will be pushed. For this pressure is valid, real, and the effects can be wrecking, lasting, and destructive if not curbed early. The African community was never individualistic. Your success belongs to not only you, it belongs to your family, your lineage, your village, and every other person that is connected to you. I mean, it's always very beautiful in many ways, but the shadow that no one sees is the fact that your failure to carries these people along. And of course, because of that, the weight of wanting to succeed early, making it big, starts very early. May be silent at first, but as time goes on, it becomes more pronounced. And especially if you are a first child or you are the first man, you are in so hot one. And with poverty and scarcity as accelerators of this pressure, we as Africans, we do not have the luxury of slow timeline for success. We do not have that luxury. The child who attains university education first is expected to almost immediately become the financial backbone of the family. And this pressure is not even abstract. It is hospital bills, it is feeding, it is accommodation bills, different type of bills from even people who did not contribute to that person's education. Tell me about it. And you might be wondering, was it always like this? No, maybe it wasn't always like this because before, like during the pre-colonial period, yes, Africans had this, scaffold of responsibilities and duties that allows them to transcend into adulthood, like rather slowly compared to what we have now. The colonial system came and disrupted everything, promised and gave formal education that promised success after school, and in many cases does not deliver to a lot of people. And this is a very huge gap. This is a huge bottleneck causing problems, falling expectations, different kind of things occur due to this. Because in those days, there was this tradition that I don't know about other cultures, but in Yoruba land, it is the parents of the groom that usually funds marriage. Let's take marriage for example. It is the parents of the groom that will fund the marriage, and then what they will feed on and survive on after that depends on them. It's no longer the business of their parents, and sometimes they even still run home to go and get stuff. But these days, we have been saddled with the responsibility of shouldering everything, and it's in only few cases you see parents actually doing this for their children, like all of it for their children. That is the shift that has been created, because sometimes some parents don't mean it that way, but sometimes some parents are like, I sent you to school, you have a job, so what have I invested in if you can't take care of this much? So this is how the pressure builds up, because remember, going to school doesn't always promise that you succeed. Succeeding in class doesn't make you a successful person in life. Do you understand? So the rise of visible wealth and comparison culture has also played a huge role in building up this pressure to succeed early. Although this is modern, but it is quite devastating. I mean, these days there are so many other ways to make money compared to what people have been doing. People have degrees and they expect that, oh, we're supposed to make it through this, but someone wouldn't even go through that path has already made millions, flaunting private jets online, doing lots of stuff. And maybe that person is around like 24, 23, or even 21 in some cases, and someone that is 30, so many degrees at hand but nothing to show for it. Even if the person is genuinely happy that these people are getting it right more than they did, deep down there is this psychological violence to suddenly like compare and wonder if they have been living their lives in futility. This goes beyond just, oh, mild comparison. It's something that doesn't go away, because at a point it creates this dent in their minds and they are wondering if they are just doing things right, if everything is just okay with them. And as such, the timeline for success has dramatically been compressed. The pressure increases, it builds up, because they are asking themselves questions like, don't my own parents too deserve to be treated, nicely? Don't they deserve to spend so much on themselves because they struggled so hard to put me through school and I can't even give anything back? Maybe the pressure wasn't there before, or with the use of social media and people flaunting wealth all around, they might be happy for those people, like I've said, but deep down, it creates that shift. What am I doing with my life? And we would be lying and be deceiving ourselves if we want to say religion hasn't played a role in building this pressure. I mean, we now live in a world where even in religious institutions, like your success, your ability to spend a lot and probably flaunt wealth or make huge donations has now become a sign of your huge faith. Mm. Some people don't even bother to question the source of this wealth. I mean, it's probably not their place to do so. But in cases where it is very visible that this person isn't even like going through the good path and stuff like that, you still take that kind of money and glorify the person. Like, I feel like he really doesn't make sense, because donating in these settings are usually not about someone being, being the most faithful to God. It's just about doing this because, oh, we want to serve. And it is not our place to actually, give hierarchies, to give positions to these people before God. It is not our place. And because we actually do that sometimes, because of that, the pressure becomes higher, because people are like, they are putting this one up and above just because they are doing anything. At that point, they don't even want to care what they are doing anymore. Youths don't even want to know whether the source is legit or not, because at the mosque, who cares anyway? At the church, who gives a fuck? Mine is to drop fisabilillah, mine is to drop tithes. No one is asking. Exactly. So the pressure gets worse. Let's look at what this has been meaning for us as a society. The mental breakdown. Let's talk about it. Depression rates, anxiety, suicide ideation is on the increase among young Africans. Do we think it is not related, or some of it is not related to this pressure to succeed early? In January 2026 alone, around 80 to 90 million deaths were recorded due to what? Suicide. Imagine that berating statistics in a world where we claim to be empowering the young generation and giving them what it takes to succeed. Let's not forget that mental health around this continent is still very heavily stigmatized. Now, people are crumbling slowly, quietly. Young minds are crushing under timelines they didn't set for themselves. The grief of feeling behind is actually very real. Feeling like, oh, you have been left behind. Feeling like you're not doing enough. Feeling like you're living your life in futility. Because yes, there are actually results out there to kind of prove it to you, that you need a lot of mental resilience to actually tell yourself, no, I've not been living in vain. And look at what has been happening to us because of this pressure that is refusing to go down. Ritual killings is now becoming the order of the day. Oh my God, the darkest expression of this pressure. One of the worst ways this pressure is manifesting. And sometimes some of the people responsible for building this kind of pressure, one way or the other, they still end up falling victims. But we don't really know how to trace. I mean, we can't really trace what is, like, this is how it came about or something. But one way or the other, we have actually been part of the reasons these things happen. I'm not justifying the ritual killers. I'm just saying we might have enabled it in one way or the other. Because when legitimate pathways to success feels blocked or almost non-existent at all, people are forced to look for ways to do things, because this slow timeline that they're experiencing, this slow movement, this thing that looks like stagnation in their life, is actually not matching up with the level of pressure that they are receiving from family, friends, and other people that are expecting that, oh, so person is supposed to have started giving me things like this. So a lot of people take to ritual killings. We now live in a world where women and men cannot make out without thinking for a second, what if she has something diabolical on her body, offering me as sacrifice to the gods for money. The man sleeps with a woman and meets his own doom. The woman sleeps with a man and falls into, crazy circumstances. It's actually very sad. I mean, this ritual killings is not new, but the number of youths getting involved these days, some people are even barely in their 20s. They have already started getting involved in things like this. Like, it's alarming. And this is actually due to the fact that the pressure to show results is becoming unbearable. It's becoming like, I'll call it unrealistic though, actually. This ritual killings actually shows us how distorted the relationship with being successful has become. It has become something that it's like actually a do or die thing. That and then people now make this casual joke about making it in life. Let me say it in Yoruba and then I'll tell you what it means. People will be like, if you don't destroy another person's life, yours may never be good. Like, what the fuck is that? Before someone reaches for the extreme, they actually pass through the middle ground. What's the middle ground that I'm talking about? That little purchase you are going to make from that roadside shop. 8 cups of sugar, they give you 6. It starts from there, slowly. It may look like it's harmless, but trust me, it can translate into something bigger later. It starts from, oh, is it not to just date foreigners for fun, get the money and run away? People do that a lot. You hear things like, oh, he's a successful Yahoo, but he's very good at what he does. Hello? He's a successful fraudster. Did I just hear? Huh? What did you say? You've got to be kidding me. Oh, he's a benefits boy. Are we being serious right now? Although a lot of people come to condemn this in public, but the truth is, most people that condemn it in public celebrate it privately. Or how do you explain this association I once heard about online? Yahoo Mothers Association. Are you people being serious right now? No. Are you for real? What happened to those African mothers that will hear fraudulent things about their children and the next thing the slippers is flying in the air? What happened to those mothers? I'm not seeing those mothers again, and it's sad and disappointing. I'm so sorry, guys. Sorry, but not sorry. And now what? This pressure, a lot of people, some women have now seen being with a man as another path to success. Of course, we have created this pressure in both male and female. Some may argue that it's higher in the male. Some will say, oh, they are females and the pressure is quite hard. We are not here to compare which pressure is worse. We are trying to talk about the existence of this pressure, what it is doing to us, and what we can do to break it. Now, back to the relationship issue. Like, the pressure to succeed has actually been one of the reasons relationships are falling apart. Some people like someone of the opposite gender, but once they start getting serious, they're out of the picture. Because what do you mean I'm trying to get married, trying to like feed mouths? What do you mean by that? They are disappearing because the pressure is a lot. The women are facing pressure from there. Some of them even go to do some of these little charms. They call it kaya mata, even though kaya mata was not originally meant for those dubious stuff. But these days, people do it just to make money off other people. Now, the dating pool is a chaos. You don't even know who is who. Some are carrying bracelets, some are carrying waist beads, anklets that has been, infused with spiritual stuff, and before you know it, boom, your path has been blocked just because you decided to fulfill a developmental task. We're in trouble. Did we forget about the brain drain? A lot of Nigerian youths are leaving the country. Scarcity of jobs are already there. Little opportunity. The nepotism is crushing people. A lot of things are happening. But the truth is, some people actually just run away because nobody can measure my progress timeline now once I'm out of their sight. It's one of the reasons. Because the truth is, some people feel like they're in a position to decide when you have to make it for you. Like, when oh my god, when we are in a society where If a 24-year-old makes it in life, they'll be like, oh, he made it early, is this, is that. They're not too young to make it anyways. But if you die at 30, bro, you died young. Oh. You died young. Imagine, the friend of a rich man is not rich, but the friend of a thief, not thief. Exactly. So people run away from this monitoring and labeling. They run away. So it's a great contributing factor to brain drain. Ah, my God, free me. If this pattern holds, we are looking at a compounding problem. And I hope and pray that by the time we realize what we are doing, it won't be too late, honestly. Because now, when this pattern holds, we are creating a new generation with the same wounds or even worse wounds, psychological breakdown, mentally weak generation, because nobody is even trying to like support them or making it easy for them to actually, get to do things that they want to do. So yeah, the mind is naturally weak and they're like, what's the point of trying? That's how we keep building weak generation. We keep building people that wants to take everything by force. People that want to have everything at all costs. And of course, the ritual killings will increase. It will not go down. It will increase. Fraudulent behaviors, you can't trust anyone. And the little people who have their sanity, at that time, their sanity will only be hanging by thread. Small wind like this, it don't cut. So, is this the kind of future we're projecting? Let's think again. But when a problem has been identified, I feel like we are halfway through with the solution. Firstly, let's try to redefine what success looks like in our African societies. Let's try to stop making it look like we're in a position to actually help people choose when it is right for them to make certain amount of money. Let's try to understand and accommodate the fact that people have different success timelines depending on the kind of path they choose to walk on. Let's restore longer timelines. Let's start normalizing the act of celebrating depth over speed. I mean, sometimes there might be speed and depth at the same time. But what are the odds? Exactly. Families should start having honest conversations with their children. They should hold their hands, support them, and not leave them for the outside world to consume in cold blood. Yeah. And parents whose children already have businesses, but the business is not even moving. Ask yourself, how many times have you invested in that business? How many times have you patronized that business? If you haven't done that, do that. Don't be that kind of parent that is like, oh, if I didn't raise you, would you even have the time to set up that business? Let's not do that. Let's support our children. And you know what? We can just open this dialogue, even if it is awkward at first. But trust me, it's going to relieve the pressure. Gradually, it may not be quick, but trust me, it's going to do something. Another thing we need to do is that we need to start destigmatizing mental health slowly, little by little. We need to break this barrier for real, for real. Because sometimes some youths are under pressure, they can't even talk about it. They're not even proud to show their faces because they're like, oh, I'm 30 and I don't have a house of my own. So little dialogues about this struggle, about real life struggles, little therapy sessions, little talk sessions could go a long way in helping to relieve the pressure, and of course keep our youth in that frame of like sanity and keep them in the right frame of mind. Let's reconnect with traditional timelines, not as nostalgia but as a form of wisdom. Let's also keep advocating, for innovative thinking, for safe youth behaviors, for safety nets as well, and create systems, structures that allow these people to grow, progress, and of course take up adulthood roles without pressure or unnecessary, without this unnecessary pressure or crowding over, oh, you should have been successful by now. We shouldn't be doing that. We should not create a system that downplays the effort of youth to become successful in life. And it is on this note that we at Heritage Dialogues Podcast are drawing the curtain. I want to believe that this session was good and nice, and maybe, probably, or maybe, just maybe, spoke to some of us in places that we felt like we have been wounded, we have been hurt deeply. And to everyone out there, going through pressure and feeling this utmost pressure to succeed. I hope you find that path that truly suits you. I hope you find all the clarity, the strength, and the energy that you need to go and get that beautiful, bright future without destroying another person's life. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, this is your time to do so. Like this video, share it with your loved ones, and let's keep the love rolling. And those of us who have been supporting us from the very first day that we put this up, thank you very much. We can't thank you enough.